Hey, what's cooking, Jay?
Welcome back to Gunther's Kitchen. Today we're making Quiche Lorraine. Very nice, beautiful for lunch, beautiful for parties. So stick around and check out how I made them. So you need 300 flour. It's all-purpose flour, just so it's not too much protein in there and it stays a bit softer. 10 grams salt and half butter, so 150 gram cold butter cut into cubes. Whip it up. Until it turns into crumbs like sand. Yeah? Then we're adding 1 egg. Now you can do it without egg. If you don't like eggs, just add more cold water. Add a splash of cold water. And that's it. Now we take it out. By the way, the water was 40 ml. We take it out and we finish it by hand. Just knead it together. Here you go. And your short pastry is ready. Now we're wrapping it up in cling film or glad wrap and we let it rest for half an hour. The pastry has rested well, so now we're just dusting our bench. We've got our quiche tin ready to go. The best thing is if you use one of those, you can take the bottom out. That's the easiest way to lift the quiche out at the end. So now we're just rolling our pastry out. Using a bit more flour because we don't want it to stick to our bench. You always try to keep it in a circle. Try to keep it round and we want to have it reasonably thin because the main thing is the filling. It's not all about the pastry. You can measure nicely, check your tin, put it on top of it, and if you've got about 2 centimeters on each side, it's big enough. All right? So now what we do, take your rolling pin, put the pastry on, and just roll it up. And then take your pastry and just unroll it. So very simple, very simple. The first thing is make sure you get it into the corners. Yeah, get it into the corners, use your hand. Can use your finger like this, flat. Push it in. Push it all the way in to the corners. Hold the thing up, push it in. Hold it up, push it in. And after this, get back your rolling pin, push it one side, push it the other side. Done. And this pastry, we keep again when we make something else. Next step, use your fingers. Push the sides in. Push the sides in so the edge comes up a little. So in case when it shrinks or falls down, you still got plenty of edge left. Then use a fork and make holes on the bottom. So if the base starts rising, the air can escape. That means you don't get any big air bubbles. So I've already preheated the oven to 160 degrees. Now I'm using my blind baking kit. It's basically just a piece of grease-proof paper and some old lentils and rice I've been using. You put that on and you push that into the corners as well. Make sure you push it into the corners. Now we're putting this in the oven on 160 for about 20 minutes. While pastry is blind baking, we're making our filling. So what we need is some good bacon. And it has to be strongly smoked bacon. That's where you get the flavor from. Yeah? If you can get it in a whole piece, even better. But yeah, so I bought triple smoked bacon. Then I know originally there is no cheese or no onions in it. But I like a bit more filling, not just the royale, which is the custardy bit. So you need cream, milk, onion, I also, and that's optional, I put 1 clove of garlic in. You need eggs. You need some, I use Gruyère, or you can use Comté, or you can use any cheese you like, but Gruyère is the best cheese to use for it. Originally there's no cheese, I know, but we make it the way we like it. Let's cut the bacon. By the way, measurements are in the description as always. I cut it into 3 and then I just slice it. You can cut it in cubes or you can cut it anywhere you like it. I just like to cut it fairly small and thin because I don't like big chunks of bacon in the quiche. The quiche is quite a delicate thing. The frying pan is hot now, so let's add our bacon. While the bacon is cooking, we're cutting 1 small onion. Doesn't need more than that. Just cut the ends off and I just cut it into slices. By the way, in some region in France, they use leek in there because they have got a lot of leek growing, so they use leek for the quiche. And last, we're using 1 small garlic clove. Not too much, not overpowering, but rounding the flavors. You can see the bacon is letting the fat out, so now we added our onion and we're just cooking it through until the onions are basically soft. Halfway through, we're adding our garlic. Now the onions are cooking really nicely. Now let's add our garlic. And we're cooking that through for a couple of minutes and that will be it. Now in the meantime, we're going back to our filling. Okay, while this onion and garlic is cooking, and I'm turning it down to a lower heat, I'm making the royale. First, we're gonna grate our cheese. We have got some Gruyère cheese here, and I'm gonna grate it, and I'm gonna grate it on the fine. So now let's put the cheese in. We're adding our eggs, and then we're just adding the milk. Just don't add everything at the beginning. It's easier to mix if you only got a little bit of liquid with the eggs. Just want to break the eggs up. Then we're adding some salt. Don't add too much salt because the bacon is quite salty anyway. A little bit of nutmeg, just a dash. And fresh black pepper. We're adding the rest of our milk and we're adding our cream. And this is it. The filling is done. We're gonna add our onion, garlic and bacon mix to this. And the good part is that the flavor will go straight into the egg mix. So if you just put it on top of it, you really have to mix it through to get all the flavor through. It's much better if you mix it through like this. And this filling, then we're putting into our quiche. So the timer is going off, like now. Let's take it out. And we just leave the oven on. So now we're removing our blind baking stuff. Put it back into the bucket and we can use it again. Just make sure you don't have any lentils or rice or anything down the bottom. And while it's still hot, we're putting our filling on. And now let's put it in the oven. Okay, so the timer is about to go off. Let's take it out. It's been 25 minutes. Oh, nice. Look at that. Perfect. Not too dark. And you can smell the Gruyère cheese. Beautiful. I made those little quiches with the leftovers. Basically, had some pastry left, had some filling left. So now I made those little gorgeous party-sized quiches, Quiche Lorraine. And the important part when you cook those, they have to sit on a metal tray. The heat from the metal tray will cook the bottom of the quiches. If you don't put them on a metal tray, the pastry will not be cooked. So be careful with that. Okay, so now it's time to take it out. And this is the easy part when you've got the right equipment. So now let's see, let's cut a piece. I mean, just a small one to try. Look at that. Just look at that. It's not just quiche, it's full of bacon and a little bit of onion. It smells to die for. Now the others, now as you can see, they're just cooked. So when you cook those ones, when you've got a party or something, you cook those, make sure on the tray in the oven and on the bottom shelf. Let's cut them. Look at that. Sensational. Now, if you've got good bacon, if you've got good smoked bacon, the flavor in this, amazing. All right, so have a go. And as always, like, subscribe, follow us. And I'll see you soon at Gunther's Kitchen on YouTube. Bye for now.